Alright, back to basics. We're going to take a look at a movement that dates back to the first day we started learning how to walk. A full flat foot squat. Now this may seem overly simplistic, but squatting is such a common movement in our day-to-day life that it's often highly overlooked. Our having lost the ability to do it fully is a major contributing factor to a lot of the lower back and knee issues that many of us deal with. The old adage, if you've got bad knees, don't squat. If you've got bad knees, you need to squat more. Now, that being said, we still want to do it safely and progressively. There may be pre-existing conditions due to years of misuse or disuse, so get cleared by your doctor. Look into mobilizing your body with a program like CST's IntoFlow, but don't tell yourself you can't. If you want to remain strong and independent well into your golden years, you can't afford not to. Not to mention, for the here and now, developing powerful, shapely legs. You want to squat. Let's get to it. To start, we're going to start with feet between hip and shoulder distance apart. You're going to want your toes to work on pointing forward as opposed to pointing out to the sides. Now, everyone's built a little differently and that may vary from person to person, but you want to try and think about bringing them in as opposed to keeping them out. It'll help open your hips up a lot more. Find midfoot balance. Have your hips over top your feet, tall through the crown, not looking up. It's from the top of your head, so chin's tucked in, tall through the crown. Shoulders down. Have your hands out in front of you. Good counterbalance. And as we go down, maintaining that midfoot balance. And when you're ready to come up, squeeze the glutes and the thighs and up. Take a look at it from here. So again, feet between hip and shoulder distance apart, tall through the crown, maintain that proper spinal alignment. Shoulders down, hands up. Powerful, powerful. And squat. Squeeze the glutes and thighs to come up. Now, a couple important points. One, as you're coming down, exhale. When you exhale, because the compression of the body as you're coming down, it'll make it easier to squat. The other is, we want to maintain proper spinal alignment. So we want to watch that as we're coming down, we're not rounding forward or overextending back. Our spine already has natural curves to it, but we need to maintain long coccyx to crown in order to maintain that. So as you're going, as you start down, you actually want to think about tucking your pelvis in. By tucking your pelvis in, it allows you to maintain a flat back. It's not really flat, but it's flat. Long, tall. Hands out. So keeping that pelvis tucked in as you come down. And then up. Couple things to keep in mind. As you're going, if you start to come down and you start to find yourself rounding forward, that's where you stop. If to go down further, you need to overextend your back in order to be able to do so, that's where you stop. Only come down so far as you're able to maintain that long coccyx to crown, that proper spinal alignment, and work it from there. Because as your legs strengthen and your hips and your lower back start to open up from being able to properly execute that movement, it'll open up and you'll be able to start getting down further and further as you go. And so you want to make sure to maintain that. Now, a couple things that you can do to help yourself progress down, because not everyone can go right down flat and all the way back up off the bat, but we're all able to. What you want to think about, you can use a bench or a chair or something that allows you, even the couch, because you're not really going to be sitting on it. but something that allows you to have a goal so that you can keep moving down and keep going further towards your edge without having to worry about falling back or falling over, and still doing it safely. So have that behind you. And once you get to the point that you can squat down to that height, or you've got a high bench that you can eventually get down to, and you need to work down further, you remove that out from behind you, and then you can use a door. So you can have a door, an open door, and just hold on to the handles on either side. If you're holding on to the handles of either side, don't hold on with a death grip, just light fingers, because this is about the legs and working your squat and the strength in your hips and your lower back. But use it there as support to help you all the way down. Work with that. Once you get yourself all the way down, you open up a whole new toolbox of training opportunities, because then you start throwing it into combination routines. For example, get a CST quad hop, combine it with this flat foot squat and a CST spinal rock. Now you've got yourself a full body routine that will not only kick your butt, but you can take with you anywhere. Alright? Let me know how it goes. Have fun.